In the middle of darkness, a light of hope is born. That phrase is the story of José Martín Zúñiga Álvarez, a 46-year-old man from San Vito de Cotobruz. His wife decided to abandon him 5 years ago, leaving him in charge of his 3 kids, José Esteban, Martín, and Ana Lorena. For 3 years, the family lived on a rented house which flooded whenever it rained. Things got worse after, when once more life turned its back on them. This time, José lost 95% of his eyesight due to an untreated hyperglycemia, leaving him incapable of getting a job. Therefore he was not able to sustain his family. Don José's boss offered him the possibility of staying for free at the cellar of a house he was guarding. The cellar ended up being a pigsty. Due to all these problems, 2 out of his 3 kids never had any real educational opportunities, and Lorena, the youngest child, is the first one to go to school. Now, thanks to God, the help of our affiliates, and the effort of Imbu Peñas Blancas, Habitat for Humanity Costa Rica has been able to give José a house where for the first time they'll be able to sleep in a clean place and have a space where the kids can study.
Don José, unas palabritas para todos sobre cómo se siente usted.
Tranquilo, te quiero muy bonito y muchísimas gracias por la casita aquí.
José's success story is just one out of the 5 cases that form part of the Habitat for Humanity's Costa Rica Peñas Blancas project. These stories share the faith of their protagonists, whom God will never leave their side. For example, the story of Sidali, Gilberto, and their 3 kids. In 2009, after lots of paperwork, they managed to get a house from another organization, which was built and given to the family without signing any legal document that would make them owners of the house. During this period, Gilberto got a job offer in Guanacaste. Looking at the possibility of having a secure source of income for his family, Gilberto decides to go to Guanacaste to check the offer and takes his family with him, leaving his brother in charge of the house while they got back. While they were away, staff of the organization came back to sign all the paperwork, and because Gilberto was not home, his brother signed the ownership documents, becoming the owner of the house. When Ciali and Gilberto came back home from their trip, they realized that the house was no longer theirs, that now it belonged to Gilberto's brother, and that they had to move out. With no place to live and tears in their eyes, they went to see their neighbor Maria Elena, looking for help, without knowing that there they would find the hope of having their own house again. Doña Maria Elena, community leader and entrepreneur, was currently working with Habitat Costa Rica to bring more and better housing solutions to her community. So immediately, Maria Elena included the family among the potential beneficiaries of this new project that was about to materialize. 6 months later, Gilberto and Ciali became homeowners once again.
Darle gracias a Dios nada más y seguir adelante ya. Es lo que puede hacer uno, porque lucharla ya querer una casita uno, no tratarla de abandonarla ni nada, o sea, tenerla lo más lindo que pueda toda la vida, es muy bonita, que muy, y agradecerle a la institución que lo tomaron uno en cuenta y en la comunidad.
Berania is a 25-year-old single mother with 3 children. She has lived her entire life in a house that is more than 70 years old. She shares this house with her mother and siblings. The situation becomes worse due to her brother's drug abuse and street fights, exposing her children to this situation daily. Also, the relationship of Berania with her alcoholic father is very controversial. Assaults and physical abuse are daily bread in this house, and she even has received death threats from this man. Given this situation and the urgent need to get this family out of that house, Habitat Costa Rica and Imbu Peñas Blancas have worked together to provide this young mother a chance to raise her children in a healthy environment. Thanks to these efforts, Berania and her kids received their new home on June 2011, which not only provides a suitable shelter, but it offers a healthy and safe space in which they can grow as a family.
De agradecerles, tengo que agradecerles a un montón de gente. a Mari, que siempre me ha brindado un montón de oportunidades, siempre me ha ayudado un montón. Ya dije que la tercera es para el chuzo, ¿verdad? Y a los de la asociación, y a los de Hábitat, a Helen, a Mayo, que me han ayudado un montón también. Y a los vecinos, que los vecinos han sido ahí, también pura vida, gracias a Dios han sido buenos vecinos.
The sisters Suheidi and Anayansi Esquivel lost their mother when they were only 12 and 15 years old. They were at the care of their father, who after several years decided to rebuild his life with another woman. Despite being legitimate daughters, Anayansi and Suheidi never had a place in the new family. After being neglected by their family, the two girls sought refuge in other people, with whom they were able to establish relationships that resulted in several children. Anayansi is a mother of 4, Kendall, Minor, Kelvin, and Luis Fabricio. 3-year-old Kelvin suffers from a heart condition that requires permanent treatment. The father of the children manages to support them with $80 a month. This money helped her buy the materials to build a small shack with her own hands. The small hut has cracks in the walls that make Anayansi and their children go cold at night and wet when it rains. Suheidi, the other sister, has 3 children, Jocelyn, Jamie, and Akil, who is 8 months old. Suheidi, with all the pain of her heart, had to give Jocelyn to a relative because she was unable to sustain her. Suheidi's partner and father of 3 children helps her with $40 a month, which is not enough to buy the food for her children. Due to the need that both sisters share, and the impossibility to work because they must take care of their children, Anayansi and Suheidi decided to share their money to try to improve their situation. For these reasons, Habitat Costa Rica did not hesitate to include Suheidi and Anayansi among the priority families to get a house at Peñas Blancas project. Now, with a suitable house, Anayansi and Suheidi can think of the possibility of developing their own business from their homes to help them raise their beautiful families.
Muchas gracias. Lo que puedo decir, gracias a Dios por tantas bendiciones. Son muchas en tan poquito tiempo. Esto para mí era imposible tener por mí sola, pero hay bendiciones así como ustedes, con todos, por todos. De verdad, muchas gracias. Muchas gracias, la agradezco un montón. Esa es mi bendición. Ay, no sé qué decirlo. No puedo hablar. ¡Venga a tomar café!
The houses that Habitat Costa Rica handed in June of 2011 offer these families the opportunity to rebuild their lives. They bring faith and hope that their children can achieve a better future. Thanks to you, we keep building homes. We keep building hope.